Hey Hannah, hey Lewis, how are you both doing today?
Hi,
Great. How
great.
are
How are
you doing?
you?
I'm doing great. It is such a pleasure to meet you both, and congratulations on this film. It is such an unexpected story for the MCU, I gotta say, and I think both of your performances, along with the entire cast, just brought such humanity to this story that features extraordinary characters.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Hannah, I'd love to just start with you really quickly. The last time we saw Ava or Ghost is was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and
Yeah.
she was going through it at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We catch up with her here with the Thunderbolts. What's it been like to kind of rediscover this character again for this film?
It's been amazing. I mean, to come back in this movie and kind of sh start off kind of stronger than ever for Ghost. Because, yeah, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she was very much surviving and really surviving, losing control as the movie and the story progressed in that. And I mean, well, she had a different hairstyle. She had this balayage kind of blonde at the bottom, which was literally physically she was like dying from the hair down upwards. So in this movie, she's got healthy brune, like, hair, full of nutrients. But no, in this movie, I think she's in control of her power. She is dangerous. She is that. I think that's what is the most dangerous thing about her, and it's changed her whole posture, her persona, her calm patience, and her energy. So it's been so wonderful as an actor to come back and really rediscover what Ghost is now. And still be, she's Ava Starr, but we don't just start off with her being the same Ava because she's grown and she's in this new place where she's, yeah, gonna figure this one out with
Absolutely.
these people.
Yeah. There's a lot to figure out. And Lewis, you're joining the MCU, and as you join the MCU, that comes with secrecy. And it feels like there's been a lot of secrecy around your character. How have you navigated that? And talking about it, and also now, even just on the flip side, now people are seeing this film. How does it feel to finally be able to kind of talk about it a little bit more openly?
It's interesting. I think there is some relief in the beginning that you're like, okay, well, I can't talk about really anything. So there's no chance I'm going to spoil anything. I don't want to ruin the experience for audience members. Even now that I can talk about it, it's I don't want to talk about it too much because I do think that there's so much. There's so much to say about walking into a movie not knowing it that much about it. I think, which is hard to do in this day and age with trailers and all the little snippets in the TikTok,
The
everything,
internet.
the what we call the internet, and so, but it is also gratifying to be able to be like, okay, no, I can actually kind of, because in many ways when you can't talk about it, it doesn't really feel real. Like, did that even
Right.
happen? And
Mhm.
so now getting to talk about it, it's been fun.
That's awesome. Well, I'm happy that you're able to talk about it because you along with the entire cast, again, you just guys gave such human performances. So again, without giving away too much, I really do feel like this film has a rooted theme of talking about grief, and I think a lot of that heart and unraveling, like you said, Hannah, with Ava, like she's in control of her powers, but there's other things that she hasn't really resolved. How did you guys connect with those human parts of your character? Like, did you draw anything personal, or did you connect with anything in any way to kind of really understand how grief has kind of shaped these characters?
Well, I think definitely. I mean, yeah, there's grief, and there's definitely. I mean, I won't go too personal, but just with Ghost, she's never been around people. She's never felt that confident. She's never felt that valid before. I mean, she comes in like that, but there's also with these characters, which is beautiful and layered, especially with kind of Walker's characters, this front and this kind of, we're all kind of like putting up this front as these like, people and assassins and what we've done bad things and we're bad and we're kind of, I think Ghost in a really kind of weird way kind of plays up to that a bit, like with her kind of cold sarcasm and, I don't need anyone in this life, and but actually what she's really yearning for is a sense of family, a sense of the things that she hasn't ever experienced before and that she feels robbed from in life. And it's that kind of deserving feeling of actually, no, we do deserve it. We can't also feel bad for wanting to be a hero. You can't even kind of punish yourself for that idea of it as well. And there's like, and I think there's a real big relatability to that. And, you know, wanting something good for yourself or going, do you know what, why can't I be, you know, a hero after, you know, be forgiven and have a second chance and have another, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all, I mean, how is human? I mean, Ghost is not very human. She is, but, and I think with that, with the rehearsal process, Jake really gave that, you know, really nurtured that and, you know, gave us that time. We had so much time to really figure that out with our characters and what it means for us and what we bring to this table. But yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
Your character has a has a,
Yeah,
a big.
there's a lot to probably unravel with Bob, and I think that again, I think Ava, you were touching on it. I think everyone has a desire to want to be something more, but doesn't necessarily feel worth it. And I use air quotes around that because they do matter, and I think they cohesively elevate each other to make each other better. So that's my time, guys. I really appreciate again you taking the time to answer some questions. Again, you guys poured so much of yourselves into these characters. I can see it, and it really does show. So again, thank you so much for joining us on such a podcast.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Bye.